A lot of times people are so used to the clutter around them that they don't even notice it anymore. The first thing that you need to do is to notice where the clutter is. And that's going to be the first step. Hello, this is Lorraine, and welcome to Healthy Living, Spirit, Soul, and Body. So last week I talked about clutter and all the benefits of getting your house clutter-free and your life clutter-free, how it's a standard of success. It helps you feel like you're valuing yourself, and you are valuing yourself when you make things nice and you create order. It helps you be creative. It takes the weight of certain chores off your mind so you can think creatively. So here you are, you have a house that's full of clutter. How do you get rid of it? What's the best thing to do so you don't feel so overwhelmed? So I have found that until you have a plan, a real plan, until you have a plan, you're just going to be moving things from one pile to the other, because you're not really going to be solving the problem of getting rid of things and having a place for certain things. Remember last week? So here's a question. Are you clutter blind? This happens. A lot of times people are so used to the clutter around them that they don't even notice it anymore. So say your habit, remember I talked about habits last week too, say your habit is to take your coat off and throw it on a chair. So you don't even notice that anymore. You subconsciously think that that's where the coats go. Okay? Now, can anybody sit on that chair when they're like that? No. So it's wasted space. It doesn't look neat. It doesn't look orderly, but it doesn't bother you anymore. How many other things are like that you're just ignoring? You need to be real with yourself. In order to help yourself, you need to be real with where you're at right now. The first thing that you need to do is to notice where the clutter is. And that's going to be the first step. Remember, last week I gave everybody assignment to get a piece of paper, and on each piece of paper, write down the things that need to be done in each room. That was all I needed you to do. And think about it, when you did that, you noticed where you were clutter blind. And that's a healthy thing, because that shows you what needs to be done. So Foy, in her book, Declutter Your Way to Success, she talks about 4 things that you can do to help you get rid of the clutter. Okay, so here we go. So step 1 is to write the vision. Make the list like you did, 1 page for each room, write down everything that needs to be done. Okay, step 2 is to work on 1 room at a time. As Terry Savelle Foy suggests, work on the room that you spend the most time in. And why is that? Because once that room is done, you're going to feel so terrific and great about that room being cleaned out. It's going to give you such a sense of accomplishment that it will motivate you to do the rest of the rooms in your house, okay? Number 3 is you're going to start with what's visible. What can you see? So for instance, if you have clutter on your kitchen countertop, find a place for all those extra things. Maybe you have a space for them, they just were never really put away. So take everything on your counter, make it clutter-free. And remember, don't try to do everything in one day. Give yourself a 20-minute time slot. Say, all right, I have 20 minutes. Almost everybody can find 20 minutes in their day. Take 20 minutes, even a half hour or an hour if you have that much time, and work on just what you can see. Then you can start on the things that you can't see, like the junk drawer, like my bookshelf in my kitchen, like the kitchen cabinets maybe that you've just been throwing things in and don't really have a place. In step 3, take everything out of the drawer. Create a category for each item. The first one is trash. Figure out what really just needs to be thrown out. Now that's easy, right? Number 2, what can you give to someone else? Number 3 is what are you going to keep? Put that on a different section, and then later when you put everything back in your drawer, you can keep it organized because you know those are the things that you're going to need and that you're going to need to have readily accessible. And 4, what are you going to sell? Okay, so those are really, really good designations. What you're going to throw out, what you're going to give away, what you're going to keep, and what you're going to sell. And I think everything that you could possibly find in your house will fall into one of those 4 categories. So now you have all the different things that you're going to keep, and still it may be a challenge because you don't have places to put things. So like I did, you may want to go searching in Amazon or in Staples to find different things to help you organize, okay? Buy yourself a little key hook thing that you can keep by your front door, so that way when you come in, you can stick your keys on the key hook by your door. Maybe you have magazines. You could buy one of those little stands that you can put your magazines in. There's all kinds of different things to help you so things look orderly, that they're not just thrown in a pile in the corner of the room. When you go through the mail, I've heard this is a really good piece of advice. Only go through your mail once. You see your mail, you put it on the counter, and you go through it. What is junk mail? Throw it out right then. Just don't leave it on the counter. Take 2 seconds, take it, and put it in the garbage, okay? And a lot of that is developing good, healthy routines, okay? Break out of the habit of creating clutter, okay? So go through your mail once, and if you have bills, take them and put them in a designated spot by your office where you keep your bills. And that is so, so important, because think about it. When it's, say you set up Thursday evening to pay your bills, you know exactly where to go. You know that every single time you saw a bill, you put it in the same pot, you grab all the bills, and you bring them to where you're gonna, pay them on your computer or whatever. So that will help you so you don't forget about certain bills that need to be paid, because they'll always be put in the same place. It's so funny because simple little things like this that you can do will create so much more ease, and you won't be going searching for things. You'd be surprised how much order you will create in your life by doing these simple little things. Realizing that everything has a home, everything has a place. So now let's picture your house is organized. Say you did your one room, you finished your kitchen, it's perfect, okay? How do you keep it from getting full of clutter again? So first of all, you need to develop healthy habits, different routines that you get in to help you keep order in your home. You need to get a little discipline in your life. So like I mentioned, when you see the mail, go through it once. If you get a catalog or a magazine, have a special place to put that, and have your bills in a special place in your office, okay? The other thing too is there's what's called the 30-second rule. So for instance, what do you usually do? Say you have a habit of just taking the mail, plopping it there, and it builds up, builds up, builds up, builds up. And say Thursday night when you go to pay your bills, you're going through all this stuff. It doesn't need to be that way. If you have the 30-second rule, you can take a look at it immediately and take the bills and put them in their spot, and take the 30 seconds to do the simple little task of taking the junk mail, throwing it out, and taking the bills and putting them where they go in the office. 30 seconds, right? And you need to think of it that way because, for instance, even your kitchen, say you're in a habit of letting your dishes pile up in the sink, or say you're in the habit of not really cleaning out your microwave all the time. Eventually it gets so disgusting that it's a huge chore to clean it. You need to get in the habit of the 30-second rule. So say, for instance, say you're heating up something that has sauce, and it splashed all over the inside of the microwave. Take 30 seconds to clean it right away before it gets hardened, that's really the key to keeping your life in order. Not procrastinating. Do whatever you can today so you don't have to put it off till tomorrow. Here's the other thing too. A lot of times people don't realize that certain things will not take as long as you think. So in the book, Terry Savelle Foy's book, she talks about that she had a cosmetic drawer where she kept all her, say, her eyeshadows or lipsticks, etc. And whenever she came to put her makeup on or whatever, she saw the drawer and she says, oh my goodness, I hate the way that drawer looks. I have to set aside some time to clean it. And she kept putting it off, and it's bothering her. Just like I mentioned, it's weighing on her. So she said, you know what? I don't care, no matter what. I'm going to give myself, a full hour to clean out this drawer because it's bothering me so much. So she finally sets the time. She goes to tackle the makeup drawer and all these different things in there. And what happened? It only took her 15 minutes. She got done with cleaning it a whole lot faster than she thought. And a lot of times that's true too. If you take care of the problems as they come and the messes as they come, it will never get to the point where it's overwhelming. It will never get to the point where you don't want to clean it anymore. So a couple of things to remember. Everything will probably take less time than you think. Clean the messes as they come, and take about 20 minutes each day to straighten things in your home because you live in your home. It's not going to be show-worthy every second. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that it really gave you some good tips on how to organize your home and on your life. Because when your home is in order, your mind will be in order, because clutter, remember, is an inside job. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. If you maybe know somebody that's struggling in this area, share the video with them. And my passion is to help you live a healthy life, spirit, soul, and body. Okay? So have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful week. Get those little lists out and tackle one room at a time. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.